Hi guys, welcome to the 2016 M2. This current model here is actually a 2017 which I picked up in August last year. Okay, the reason why I'm making this video guys is because I've already put lots of material together, and since doing that BMW have released the M2 competition. Okay, and I just want to talk about the differences of the competition and the M2. Okay, the competition has the S55 engine borrowed from the M3, M4, pushing out 405 bhp, so giving it around about 40 bhp more over the M2 here. It also has the M4, M3 seats at the front. It has the M4, M3 exhaust system at the back. It also has a new front apron and the new kidney grille at the front. Okay, it also has new alloys and the braking system, which I believe is borrowed from the M5. Okay, great stopping power, which I think BMW now have listened to their customers, you know, taking the M2 here onto the track and really pushing hard. Okay, these brakes are not going to do it. Okay, so you're either upgrading your brake pads and your brake fluid, or altogether kind of changing your brakes. Okay, but what I want to talk about guys is that the M2, I've had some hot pursuits, some really great excursions around the Midlands and the south of the UK. I've been to Cheddar, I've been to Brecon Beacons, the A40609 Mountain Road. Awesome road to drive. If you haven't been there, you got to experience it. I've been to Sussex, I've been to Goodwood, you know, I've been all around, you know, pushing this car pretty hard, having loads and loads of fun. Now, what I'm making this video for, why I'm making this video, is because I want to talk about why I think the M2, the original M2 is the one to have. Okay, I think the power differences and the power to weight ratios between the original M2 and the competition is really minimal. You get 40 bhp more in the competition, but it weighs more, so you're gonna lose something a little bit there. Okay, I think that the M2 here sounds a lot better. The crack, snackle and pop for me sounds better than the competition. Valves open or valves close, I've heard them in both ways, and the M2, the original, sounds a lot better. Okay, what I will say is, like I said, the brakes that you get with the competition are awesome. You know, that is definitely for me one of the reasons why I'll tick a box and say I'll have that M2, that competition. Also the seats that have gone into the M2 competition, it's about time that BMW started thinking about maybe the looks in the interior, trying to upgrade them. I do agree actually that BMW make a better quality interior than the Audi and Mercedes. Okay, that's not me putting those cars down. I think visually the interiors look better, but to the feel, I think BMW beat them hands down, especially with the professional sat nav setups. It's the easiest to use and very informative, and you can just crack on with it. Okay, also guys, what I want to talk about is anyone who has the current M2 or the LCI guys, and you're thinking about getting a competition, what I actually urge you to hold tight, because who knows, BMW could be releasing a club sport version of the M2 in the next year to 18 months, which would mean getting the competition pack will be a sore buy. Okay, anyone who just bought the LCI may have felt that sting. Now, for me personally, I hold no grudge on the competition. I actually welcome its coming, because the current and the original M2 paved the way for a new breed of car that BMW have been accused of almost falling out of touch with. Okay, now the new coupes that BMW have brought out, the M2 and the competition, offer a lot more than what I think a lot of people go out and buy hatches for. Okay, the comparisons I think are a little bit crazy. These cars are 4 doors and they have 4-wheel drive setups, and they're hatchbacks, where you have a coupe, all the power going to the back. I've got a manual transmission, and just touching on that very quickly guys, to enjoy this car, you've got to have it as a manual transmission. End of story. That's not me putting down the DCT. DCT off the line speed, fantastic and great. But for driver engagement, I know it's cliche, but for driver engagement, interaction with the car, with a manual transmission, is so much more satisfying, and it would put the grin of Joker on your face, literally, because, you know, it's like a cat to catnip. Okay, all right, enough said. All right, now the M2, when I picked it up, you know, this current model here was around about 47,000, and I think the competition is very close to 50k, 49,000. And you know, if you start speccing it and doing it, I think that car could easily touch 55,000. Now, I think BMW and people who are going to be buying these cars need to be careful, in the sense that when you start pushing on 50, 55, near the 60k mark, you're going into M3, M4 territory. All right, so if you're going to be going into that territory, I'm not saying you might as well get an M3 or an M4. What I'm saying is that the M2 that you're going for, that is close to those prices, has to have what those M3 and M4 has internally, which, you know, we're talking about leather on the dash and things like that. Okay, the new 3 Series has been launched, so that means, well, that heralds the coming of the new M3, and that is what I'm going to actually hold out for. All right, because who knows as well, BMW may be bringing out the new shape M2 in the next 18 months, you know. So, you know, I'm going to hold tight with this, watch what BMW do, and make my choice in the next 12 months to 18 months. Okay, guys, if you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the material that I've put out, okay, give us a thumbs up, give us some comments at the bottom there, please subscribe. Okay, stay tuned. I will be making more videos, I will be reviewing more cars. Okay, and I want to talk about cars in the sense of Joe Blogs. You know, I'm an everyday guy. All right, I'm not the big brains on engines. I'm no Jethro Bowman or Chris Harris. Okay, I think those guys are awesome, and they're the reason why I actually started watching quite a lot of YouTube videos. But I think they get a little bit technical, and sometimes that technicalities goes over because you think, wow, that car's fantastic, anyway, I'm gonna get it. All right, guys, so stay tuned, give us a thumbs up. I just love the way this car just turns in.